With over 100 pieces on display, it was the 32nd annual Piece Liard Regional Juried Art Exhibit. It was held at the North Peace Cultural Centre in Fort St. John. Sue Popesku, committee chair, explains.
It was excellent this year. We were very, very pleased with the arrangement. We were able to put 101 pieces on the wall here in the gallery, and they were of all kinds and all shapes and all sizes. They came from people from 18 years old all the way up to 94 years old. So it was a wide range of emerging artists as well as professional artists, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful show. This is a sculpture by Carl Mattson, and Carl Mattson is a very accomplished sculptor, and has many, many different pieces on his farm near Rolla. He is, in fact, scared to death, no pun intended, about being buried alive. And so what he has done is made this coffin. It has an oxygen tank. It has a window that closes and opens so that someone can look inside to see if he is alive. It also has, if you can see, a siren that's attached. The siren, very much reminiscent of the tinkle bells, the bells that would be in the old cemeteries. In very old times, they would bury people and not know that they were still alive. So there would be a bell attached to a string attached to their finger, and a bell that goes up in the graveyard, and it would ring. So if anyone was moving down here, those bells would ring, and then the person taking care of the cemetery would know that there was someone still alive in that coffin and in that grave. And this happened frequently, as a matter of fact, because in the olden days they couldn't tell if someone was in a deep, deep coma or whether they were dead. And we also had pottery. We had masks made out of pottery that quite often people don't see in normal galleries. We had one piece of pottery that's growing live plants. We had native art. We had a drum that was wonderfully designed with a First Nations motif. We had wood carving, and we even had some pottery that had weaving of pine needles attached to the pottery, and that was a big hit as well. This one received the best award of the whole evening for distinction. So it sort of floated to the top as the very best of technique and the very best of its kind. It's by Judy Templeton, and she's very much working with printmaking these days. This is called a colograph, and she's working very, very hard in a variety of mediums, but I know that she's doing a lot of work with printmaking. These skulls are real live buffalo skulls and another skull, and who would think to put mosaic on buffalo skulls? So these were quite a surprise and very, very unique piece of work. They were from Lana Lindsay, and she gets a lot of her inspiration from the southwest United States. One of the benefits of having the children here is, number one, they get to see some of the images that they see every day in their lives painted on canvas. And some of those images are realistic and some are abstract, and they sort of get an idea that, well, they might be able to put something on canvas as well, or on paper. So getting people to create something of their own on paper, or just expanding their ideas of art, of any creative idea, does help to in other learning situations as well. So creativity is one's own. Creativity can happen anywhere with anyone. This is local art by people that quite often these children know, and so they know that they also can aspire to do this kind of work, and I think that's quite a benefit for having the children come in and see all this work.
We've had 8 classes come through, and we've just had a blast with them. They have been awesome. They're just so full of ideas and enthusiasm. It's been a really good experience. My most important thing to get across is that we're all creative. It's a matter of practicing the creativity and using it.
I found out that my very own art teacher, Madame Suzanne, made some stuff in the gallery.
I learned that I'm free to be myself when I draw. It's like just this inspiration all flowing through my body, and that you can't just make stuff with paper, you can make stuff with your hands, you can make stuff with anything you want.
I think that today it really inspired me. I mean that there's so much stuff in the art gallery, and same as Riley, there's so much inspiration in my head right now, and I just want to get drawing even more.